production coming around the way. Run it. All the rebel lovers out there. This one is Fyah. Oh no 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 no. 'Cause I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel. A soul rebel. Yeah. A rebel in love. Now you know I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel. A soul
Yes, family, bless up. This is Nattali representing for Reggae Reflection, Empress K in the place. One love, big respect, support reggae music, conscious music. We're there. Peace. How are you?
I'm doing well. So how was the evening here in Boston?
Great. You know, the House of Blues is a beautiful venue. It's the first time I've been in the House of Blues. And I know there's a few of them in the country, but
Right.
yeah, I've never been in one of them before, and it's great sound, great energy, obviously, great artwork,
Yeah,
artwork on the
beautiful,
walls,
beautiful
even
artwork.
backstage. So it does set up a vibe, you know, for the artists to come through.
Definitely. So you're on tour with Tribal Seeds and Raging Fyah. So how long have you been on tour? About a month now?
Yeah, it's about 4.5 weeks in.
Yeah. And how many more weeks do you have to
And
go?
well, we are in for another week and a half, and then we have to go to Australia. We have a festival there, WOMAD Adelaide, and then WOMAD New Zealand as well. And then we're on our way to Europe via Jamaica.
Wonderful.
So yeah.
That's great. And so who have you been touring with before Tribal Seeds?
Last year we did a bunch of. It's like our first year stepping out last year. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So we did start out in Australia. We did some shows with Third World, and then we did
Nice.
some shows with J-Books
Okay.
in Australia,
Yeah.
and then we headed to the west coast of America. We did Cali Roots, and we did some shows with Stephen Marley
Oh, nice.
and Gondwana, a Chilean reggae band.
Oh wow, yeah,
Really
I've
fun.
heard of them. I haven't had the
Yeah.
pleasure of seeing them yet.
They're wicked, really cool,
Nice.
really cool people. So we did a bunch of shows with them, and then we went to Europe and did Summer Jam and Reggae Jam.
So you've pretty much been on the road for a while, you know?
Seems that way,
Yeah.
yeah, man. We live on the road.
You live on the
For
road.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
How do you keep balanced, you know, with that? And being a woman and on the reggae scene, you know, so it, you know, I'm sure you have your challenges here and
I
there.
don't
How to
really
keep
think
grounded.
about that, to be honest. Like, people always bring that up with me. It's like, oh, it's like there's a female in the reggae scene, and I mean, I don't know. It's just like we love music from whichever gender it comes from, you know, and the thing about it is that it's conscious music for me, you know, like that's what resonates with me, and that's why I have spent like a good amount of time in Jamaica. That's why I moved
That's it.
there in 2014 and did a project with Notice Heavyweight Rockers, and have been sort of based between Kingston and Australia since 2014, and for sure it's inspiring to see the female artists come up, and it's also a sign of the times. Like the feminine energy in the world is on the rise, and that's just what's happening, you know. And it's not just to say that that's women, it means that the feminine energy within every human, man or female, is going to balance, because it's been masculine for too long.
Right, that's true.
For so long and too long. So the feminine energy is on the rise, and you'll see that, and it's gonna manifest and reflect in especially the art forms, because those are the forms that human beings are most connected to in terms of our higher self and our creative being. So you're definitely gonna see it in the art forms, and you'll see it in other places too. So but true, you know, like we just consider music is home. So, you know, good music and conscious music for me is what drives me and what inspires me and what, you know, keeps me going. This tour is different, you know. Tribal Seeds, I never heard of. I heard of them, of course, but I never really knew their music until the tour started. And it's wicked, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
what's that opportunity? You meeting new fan base along the way? How's it
Of
different
course,
from?
yeah, man. Of course, I think for sure, especially around this side of the country. You know, people on the West Coast, we have to give thanks for festivals like Cali Roots, Sierra Nevada.
Yes, they
Reggae on the
definitely set
River.
trend, because the East Coast is a little bit more behind
Right.
in that aspect. The West
Yeah.
Coast, you know, has more
Yeah.
diversity.
So for us, it's like people come to the West Coast shows and they already know us. Whereas here, like tonight, I'm talking to people and they're saying for the first time they've seen
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And it's good, and it's great because for me, you know, that's why we're here. You know, that's why we put so much energy into doing these tours. You know, it's
So, if people who are not familiar with you, how would you describe your music to people?
well, it's a new era frequency, rebel frequency. Full Frequencies is actually the name of the new album, which is coming out on the 24th of March. And world beat, lyrical, it's conscious music, you know. So yeah, it just yeah, you know, it's who we are, it's what we are. And rebel music, in terms of when we say rebel frequency, we mean like it's considering what's being permeated throughout the world in current world culture, in terms of perpetuating the illusion and the systemic oppression and mental slavery. Well, our frequencies are different to that. They aim to really liberate and help ourselves and our global community remember that we truly have the power to manifest destiny and to create our own world. And instead of putting energy into trying to change outdated systems like capitalism that are fundamentally built to never serve people, instead we want to consider that we could put our energy into creating whole new systems, you know, and that do serve people. Like for me, sovereign communities are the future, and that is just the way it will be, because people are starting to regain that memory that that thing that is within all of us is more powerful than a political game. Politics. Politics is just so, once you like tune to that, you're just like, oh, it's just.
And you're in an interesting time in the US with our recent election cycle.
Right, and literally every night people come up to us at the front at the merch desk and come and meet us, and literally every night people say, we really need to hear this, especially now. They say those words exactly, all of them say the same words. They say especially now.
That's a good feeling our message is reaching.
Yeah, and it's people, you know, and it's not just them, it's us. It's like we remember that we're not alone, you know. It's like, yeah, and it's nice to hear someone say it, and that's how I feel when I see artists that inspire me, you know. It's like what I'm thinking, like, and someone says it in such a way. And of course with music, like for me, I'm a musician, so I love music. So people who come to shows, they're open hearts and ready to hear, you know. So if you can engage that, then you engage a different frequency in them, and then you're able to exchange that energy and elevate each other's, you know, vibration higher. So and then you add intention into that, and our intention is to, you know, create the awareness that we are the true power, and that we are evolving beings of light, and no government and no politician can ever take that away from us.
Boy, yeah, notice production coming around the way. Right now.